Love is God. Live in love. Live in love.
Welcome to Omai Sai. This literally is an Omai Sai moment for me, simply because I didn't know nor dream that I will be here today sitting and talking to you about these moments and about my life. My life had been filled with many such Omai Sai moments. Let me take you through a few of them. I actually came to Puttaparthi in 1985 when I wrote my entrance. Okay, I done my 9th and 10th actually in Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Hyderabad, and thereafter my Omai Sai moments started. Let me just share with you. My dad was working in SBI. We were in Vinukonda, and at that point of time, actually, I was prone to very high fevers, 104, 105, and I was running high fever at that point of time, and was actually in delirium. I was talking in my fever, and my mother and father were the witnesses basically to what was happening. And I really didn't know much about that until and unless they explained to me later. They actually told me later that this is what happened. And in that fever, basically, I had a dream that we were all as a family washed away in a ocean or a river, and I came floating across. Everyone went in different directions. I just reached ashore, and instinctively I knew that this is Puttaparthi and that where I reached is Chitravati. Thereafter, my fever subsided. I got out from my fever and told my dad that no, I want to study in Puttaparthi. We put the application, wrote the entrance, got selected by Swami's grace, and I came and joined here in 1985. Exactly 3 weeks after my joining Puttaparthi, one of my cousin brothers came to Parthi, and the warden at that point of time called me to his room and said, you'll have to go home. You were called home. I didn't know why. I said okay, and then me and brother basically started from Puttaparthi to Vishakhapatnam. And those days, basically, the travel was about 48 hours. From, Puttaparthi to Dharmavaram, Dharmavaram to Guntakal, Guntakal to Guntur, Guntur to Vijayawada, Vijayawada to Vizag. This was the chronology of the travel. For me, once I sat in the station, Dharmavaram station, I just closed my eyes and I was like seeing Swami with Abhayahastam there. Continuously this happened for the next 2 days in the train all through. And along the way, basically, I also, sort of had a vision wherein like my mother was without her kumkum. And I knew incidentally that my father passed away. I reached home. I checked with my mother and grandmother at that point of time, and they said, "Oh, how did you know? Did your brother tell you?" I said, "No, he didn't tell me." And he confirmed the same. Only thing is, Swami gave this particular indication to me at that point of time and said that you can be there with mother at that stage and I am there with you. That was the message for me, literally. And post all the procedures and the 12th day and everything else, I'd come back to Puttaparthi. I'd come, reached in the evening, late evening, sitting in the mandir basically, and I was crying because father passed away, and I was really feeling the, I was missing him actually. And when I look up, basically I see Swami looking at me very intently with lot of kindness. And the song that was going on at that point was Sai Pita Aur Mata Sai, which forever remains my favorite song. Swami literally assuring me that he is my father, he is my mother. That is exactly how Swami took care of me when I came. Literally the dream came true. There was a storm in our family. All things went our way, and Swami got me here to Parthi to study with him. So these moments basically were what go on to make or define Swami to us. Swami did give me scholarship, and he made me study in the school. He did speak to me quite often at that point of time, and he used to be very kind when he used to talk to me. Now, there were many other Omai Sai moments as I look through. I mean, there was one particular incident I'll share with you. In my 11th, my mom was actually in Vishakhapatnam, and she was, having fever, blood motions, and she asked me, basically called, at those points of times, you had to make a trunk call and all that, right? She told me, why don't you tell Swami that, I'm having this particular health problem. I said, okay. Next day morning, when Swami came for darshan, I actually got up and told Swami, Amma ki ontlo bagaledu. Meaning, Swami, mother's health is not very good. Swami looked at me like this and said, don't worry, I'll take care. God telling you he'll take care, he does. But for me, I was still not convinced. I told him, Swami, mother is having blood motions and she is having a lot of health issues. Swami looked intently into my eyes and told, కావాలంటే స్వామి రక్తం ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇస్తారు. Exactly what it meant basically was, if blood is required for your mother, Swami will give it from here. Swami making that statement to a student about his mother was probably the most powerful thing he could have done at that stage for me. Nothing else. I said, oh, thank you, Swami. And literally that day evening, my mother's fever dropped, motion stopped, she became fit. That was Swami for us when we studied in Puttaparthi. Literally. Now, I can keep on telling you about many such Omai Sai moments. I can talk to you about a time when Swami probably saved me from a bite of a crate. I had a snake bite, basically. A crate bit me, and Swami saved me from that in 93. Or he saved me from a certain sort of accident which would have, left me with a plate in my hip in 93. Or I can tell you about, the time when Swami literally saved my life in 2011 when I had a car crash and I had 6 skull fractures, 2 clots in the brain, and everyone actually had given up. But for my mother, Sai. Those were the Omai Sai moments that stay with us. Now, Swami's grace continues from then to now. Both my sons actually have studied in Puttaparthi. After I became an entrepreneur, I was working in the corporates for 22 years. Then after that, I became an entrepreneur. I prayed to Swami that, Swami, you have to take care of children's education. And when Swami listens to your prayers, his responses are outstanding. He actually gave seed to both my children, my grandparents, parents, us, and children have seen Swami. And Swami's grace continues. As they keep telling, right? 7 generations or maybe more continue to be blessed by God when His grace is there. That has been our journey. I will share definitely about my other Omai Sai moments later sometime. But this had been something that I wanted to share with you all. Thank you so much. And incidentally, as I told you, right, I didn't anticipate to be here. Today happens to be my 23rd wedding anniversary, and I'm here in Parthi talking to you all. That also is a Oh My Sai moment for me. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.